The wonders of life got the prettiest side for everyone to enjoy. Standing up close by the Christmas tree, glimmering light, I am right where I wanna be. I will be home for a couple.
Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to bring you some more Christmas decor shopping. Today we're going to be going to Target, Joann's, as well as Michael's. I'm going to be showing you guys some of my favorite things. Also a bunch of the things that they have out this year that you guys may be interested in as well. And it's just going to be a fun, cozy time. If you're new, make sure that you're subscribed. Next week we're actually going to be doing our first wave of decorating. We're going to be decorating my living room, everything minus the Christmas tree, and then a couple weeks after that, maybe 2, possibly 3 weeks, we always get a real tree every year, will come the second part, and also some kitchen and bathroom decorating. It'll just be sort of what I have left over after decorating the living room. So excited to be bringing all the Christmas content, but without further ado, I think we're going to go ahead. I think we're going to head to Target first, and then after we go to all the stores, we'll meet back here and I'll share with you what I picked up. So as I said, our first stop is Target. I first want to share with you guys a couple chunky blankets that they had in the home decor section. You can never go wrong with a chunky throw for the cozy season. And I also spotted these end caps for $10 and under. They had quite a few timeless, very simple pieces like these bells and that little Christmas tree and mini wreaths and garlands as well. I feel like those are great staples for the holidays, and there's obviously so many different things that you could do with them. Not to mention the greenery is beautiful and realistic, so I feel like these are super affordable and would be perfect to sprinkle into your decor. Now we are wandering into the threshold section of the home decor. Lots of natural textures, and the arrangements that they had in this section were super simple but beautiful. It gives that perfect rustic, cozy feel for the season, and personally I really love that sort of neutral, understated Christmas vibe, which I feel like is what this collection gives off. Also, there are some pops of red for color. I thought that this garland was stunning for more of a neutral flocked look, and these sort of Pottery Barn inspired pillows I feel like were so cute, especially for a kid's room during the holiday season. I feel like any kid would absolutely love this. And overall, I really love the Target Threshold Christmas line this year. I usually am drawn toward Hearth and Hand, but they had some really great basics, lots of brass tones, reindeer, marble, and gold accents, and just so many different timeless, stunning pieces for great prices.
I longed for this moment to have you for myself in a cabin out in nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything to be perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. Cause all I wanna do is spend this holiday with you. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself in a cabin out in nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything to be perfect for this week.
Up next, we're going to go to the aisle over for the Hearth and Hand collection. These stockings were the first things that caught my eye. I love the neutral beige color and the tassel with a little pop of red on it. The next thing I saw was this tapered candle holder, and this isn't new this year. I want to say she released this maybe last year during the fall or Christmas, but this is something you could use all year round, and I love the unique shape of it. I feel like I've seen these houses all over the internet. I love the gold detailed of them. However, I wish you could see the details a little bit easier, but if you really like a simplistic feel and you don't really like the ceramic house look, I feel like that could be a great option. And something I'm always drawn to in the Hearth and Hand section is the packaging on their candles. Not only do they just have signature scents that smell amazing for the season, but they always come up with a different packaging, and I really love this sort of milky glass and the plaid. Lots of really fun, unique finds and colored glass. And I also love that they have a bunch of different sizes for different prices. The next thing I saw were these pine branches with the mini pine cones. I found a stem like this super similar at Hobby Lobby. It must be a really popular look this year because I am seeing this everywhere, and I just love the neutral tone of them and how Christmassy they are. And this type of style I feel like is incorporated in a bunch of their greenery pieces and just looks super timeless and classy for the season. And even Hearth and Hand is incorporating velvet ribbon into their decor pieces, and I just love the way that it gives a very lived-in casual feel. They also had some arrangements similar to thresholds, the greenery with a little pop of red, and it also comes in its own little vase. And I also thought the selection that Hearth and Hand had for throws and pillows was great. I love the overall neutral style with a pop of red or a pop of green, and that little Christmas tree pillow that you'll see is probably my favorite. I love how whimsical and rustic it feels.
For Christmas, it's a magical time full of kisses. Take a walk outside and tickle the snowman's nose. Moving nimbly, did you hear something from the chimney? I will keep you warm as soon as you remove that snow. Oh, whatever we do, we will be alright. These holiday wonders will open your mind. May all your wishes tonight come true. The love I lived, the dream I knew. This Christmas, I only wanna be close to you.
Our next stop for the day is going to be Joann's. Joann's is one of those places that I don't really have near me, so whenever I can go to one, I really love to look through all their decor and see what they have out. So this year I feel like I'm noticing very simple Christmas trees and really just decor in general. Hobby Lobby had a similar version to these candles as well, and Joann's just had them in these classic Christmas colors. That twisted detail I feel like is so classic and such a fun spin on just a classic tapered candle. I also thought that their dish towels were really cute. I love the snowflake one. It was very understated and I loved the embroidered details, and they had lots of fun prints. I'm also seeing a lot of pomegranates this year, which I really did not anticipate, but you'll see later in this video, I believe when we go to Michael's, there's going to be even more pomegranates. Joann's also had a big selection of ribbon, so if you need any for wrapping gifts this year, this would be a good place to look. One of my favorite things that I saw at Joann's was this black reindeer. I love the matte black finish on it. It was also a very heavy material, so really good quality, especially for only $12.50. And I of course had to point out this doormat. I believe it was last year Pottery Barn came out with a sort of gingerbread inspired doormat, and it was super expensive, and at Joann's you can get the same sort of look for a fraction of the price. So I love seeing that. They also had lots of table runners, again more pomegranates, which I feel like actually goes perfectly with the whole Christmas feel. I guess I never just thought that pomegranates would ever make an appearance in Christmas decor. Joann's, like Hobby Lobby, also has a lot of ornaments. In particular, I loved their more unique individual sold ones. I really liked these sort of paper, tree, and orb ornaments. I feel like they look super classic and timeless, and they also just give a very casual feel, which I think is great for the holidays. And of course, they had a few other things that I really liked in terms of ornaments. I will say they really didn't have a lot of unique packs of ornaments where you could buy like 4 or 6 at a time. If you're looking for something like that, I would recommend Hobby Lobby. They have a bunch of different kinds of ornaments. But if you're looking for a few special ornaments to sprinkle throughout the tree, I feel like Joann's could be a good place to look.
Merry Christmas, baby. Reindeer's coming out to play. Santa Claus is packing the presents, making sure you've been behaving okay.
Now, Joann's also had a few tree garlands. There's one that's super similar to the one that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. I will say the one I got from Hobby Lobby was only $5 per garland, and this one was $10. So if you're looking for something similar, I would definitely recommend looking at Hobby Lobby. And something I'm also noticing a lot this year are decorative candles. There are a lot of really fun designs and textures that are being put on these, and these would just be fun to incorporate into a tablescape or any sort of display. And now we're heading on over into the floral and garland section. I will say they did have quite a few options for garlands, lots of very different textures and some that were neutral and had some berries in them, but they really didn't have a lot for florals. So once we get there, I will show you a few of my favorites, but surprisingly my Joann's didn't have very many selections compared to other stores that I've seen.
Merry Christmas, baby. Merry Christmas, baby. The snow is laying too.
Now our last stop of the day is actually going to be at Michael's. I did not plan on going into Michael's, but I was out and about one day and I had a little bit of time, so I wanted to highlight a few of my favorites. They had quite a few options for textured tree skirts, as well as these fun gingerbread houses. If you really like that whimsical look for the holidays, I feel like this would be absolutely perfect. These ceramic houses were also very pretty. I ordered the Wonder Shop version from Target this year, which I can have linked below, but had I not already purchased those, I would have gotten Michael's version. This Letters to Santa mailbox was adorable. I love the aged brass look of it, and there really were just a bunch of unique finds. I really loved their stem selection. They were a bit more on the pricey side, but I feel like they looked very realistic. This mini pinecone tree was so pretty, and after the discount, I feel like it was reasonably priced. And yeah, I felt like Michael's had a lot to look at, lots of greenery and stems. There also were a few pomegranates that I was surprised to see, but lots of fun things to look at Michael's.
It's Merry Christmas, baby. Merry Christmas, baby. It's Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. It's Merry Christmas, baby. Yeah.
So if you guys saw my last video, it was a Christmas shop with me at Hobby Lobby. If you watched that, you know that I got pretty much 90% of everything on my list there. So I will have that linked down below, as well as my Christmas playlist of all the other Christmas videos that we have done this year. But I did manage to find a couple things at some of these places. There was even a find at a different store that I'll share with you once we get to that point. So when going through Target, there were so many good finds, but there really wasn't anything that I myself needed for my decor this year, although very beautiful. Joann's, I also ran into the same thing, lots of beautiful things, but a lot of the things were things that I already had. Something that I sort of debated on getting were a couple fun ornaments. I thought that they had a good selection of those as well. and Michael's was actually the place that I ended up finding something that was actually on my list. And you're gonna have to bear with me, the lighting is being a little funny. It looks like there's a cloud covering up the sun, but this item is so pretty. I was telling you guys I was looking for some red florals. I didn't really find deep red florals, but I did find a very deep sort of red stem that has a bunch of other fun Christmassy things in it. So these are the stems. They are absolutely stunning. They were a little bit on the pricey side. They were $19.99. They were 40% off though. So this is 2 stems. So there's 1, there's 2. They're a little bit fluffed out because I actually have already decorated my house for Christmas. I'll just be sharing the full process with you next week. But they are just stunning. I love all the details, the deep red. It's a very like cranberry red. It's very natural. I don't really like a very bright, sort of almost orangey toned red. I really like something a little bit more dull, a little bit more neutral. And then it has that sort of like real touch sort of piece in there. You have the normal pine. You also have some pine cones, and something that I love, I think these are supposed to be like magnolia leaves. They're like brown on one side and green on the other. I love how it just gives it a little bit of depth, and just like all together it's just so pretty. I love the combination of textures and colors. It just really screams Christmas. So like I said, I got 2 of these to go in one of my big urns that I have. Some of you guys may know what I'm talking about, but these are stunning. I feel like Michael's, out of all of the places that I went to for today's video, they had the biggest selection of florals. And Michael's I actually wasn't planning on going to, which is why there's a little bit less footage at Michael's, because it was just sort of like a last minute, I had 15 minutes to go inside of Michael's sort of thing, and I ended up finding what I was looking for, so that worked out well. So something that I sort of lack in my decor are really unique woodsy elements. I feel like I have a couple of those things, but I felt like this just really fell into that category. And this is actually a store that I didn't really take you inside of because they didn't have many Christmas things out. They really didn't have that big of a selection, and that was TJmaxx. Now I originally wanted to go to HomeGoods, but for me that's 45 minutes or so away from where I'm at, so it just wasn't the right time to go to HomeGoods. But I feel like places like TJmaxx and HomeGoods are so great for finding those unique pieces. And what I ended up picking up there were these 3 acorns. So this is what they look like. They are so pretty. So on the package, I have it right here. It is part of the JoJo Fletcher home line. I don't know if that's gonna ring a bell for anyone, but I did keep the package so I could tell you guys the brand. So it came with 3 of them, and they are a combination of sandstone and wood. And these are new this year. They're handcrafted in India, and they were $14.99. So these are just so pretty. I love the combination of materials. This sandstone just looks so pretty, and there's a lot of really good grain in it, and same with the wood. Like I feel like it just has some really nice variation and really nice tones. And this is one of those pieces that's super versatile. I feel like you could either use it as bowl filler, or you can just use it to accent any sort of vignette that just needs a little something, just a little woodsy element, and maybe even add a little bit of contrast depending on what you're trying to accent. These would also be really pretty if you have a tablescape. You could sort of spread them along a table with some pine cones and maybe some greenery stems, some red berries. Like it'd just be so pretty. And I never thought that acorns would be so quintessential when it comes to a very cozy feeling, and I feel like they just go great for the Christmas season. But yeah, that is everything that I picked up for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed shopping around with me, seeing all the different things that a bunch of different stores have out, as well as some of my high-end favorites on a budget. Make sure that you give the video a thumbs up, you subscribe for decorating. That's going to be coming next week. Lots of a living room inspo is on its way for the holiday season, and I'm just so excited to share it with you. And yeah, I think that is going to conclude today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. You're having a wonderful holiday season so far, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Bye, you guys.